Manhattan, New York. Lutetia of the Delgado Crime Syndicate. I exhaled noisily, then looked around the club. I'll never get over how much you and Julissa, look alike, Kelly said, and I laughed. Stavros was obviously in a giving mood because he let all of them go early. When she asked what I was doing, I told her, and she said she'd meet me there. Kelly and Julissa were mad thick. I can tell them apart, easily, Tori said as he sipped on his lemon drop. How? Kelly said, laughing, and I just grinned. One, Letty is almost 4 years older than Julissa. Tori said. They laughed, and I sent him a look like, all right, bitch. And they laughed harder. But you can't even fucking tell that. So next, my Anita said. And he sent her a snap. The most significant thing, Letty has a heart-shaped mole on her left cheek and above her right breast, he said. And I huffed up. How would you know? Primka cried, laughing, and I narrowed my eyes at him. Tori and I had been friends since we were 12 years old. We both lived in the Bedford-Stuyvesant projects, and because the hood was so riddled with crime and gangs back then, we avoided everyone else's company. One, because I was a chick, and two, because Tori had been a bit feminine even then. My brother Joseph ran numbers and drugs for our dad's brother and the Delgado Crime Syndicate. But the one thing I was always proud of was he kept that shit away from us. When I was 15, he moved us to the Heights, and for the next 3 years we lived comfortably and happily until my mom got breast cancer, and he spent everything we had trying to save her. Life wasn't that bad living-wise because he still ran for the syndicate, so him and I were kind of happy even if we didn't have our mom. It turned bad, however, when I was approached by Maria Delgado, and my brother had literally gone off, stating that if they recruited me, he would put a bullet in our head. Not something you tell a crime queen, despite her being our aunt. The next drug shipment, my brother got hooked up and was facing 25 years, but the district attorney said that he would cut him a deal if he rolled on the Delgados. My brother wasn't stupid, and I knew he was more worried about me than himself. He turned him down, and he was sentenced to 10 years as a first offender. I inhaled happily then as I thought about it, because he would be out in 3 years, and I missed him every fucking day of my life. I'd always felt like there was something fishy about the whole night that he'd gotten hooked up, because to me it smelled like a setup. The shipments supposedly belonged to someone else, so instead of flipping on the Delgados, my brother had turned state's evidence on something else, and he'd gotten the 10 years instead. It was the one thing in life he wanted me to stay away from, and I'd done just that. Tori was my only comfort, besides Julissa. By the time Tori and I turned 18, we figured out that Tori was all the way into men after our fiasco of trying to hook up. I made sure that I stayed from the syndicate shit too, just like my brother said, and my cousin Julissa was fucking hard-headed, and 2 years ago had even dated a dude from the O'Malley Crime Syndicate. I told her if she didn't cut his ass loose, I would kick hers. We didn't need that shit in our lives. Look at what happened to Joey. As I drew up towards the bathroom, someone caught me, I frowned, then looked at the hand on my wrist. My eyes traveled up the expensive suit coat, then to the face. My mouth literally dropped to my tits then. This man was fine. I swallowed hard when he drew closer to me. Imagine me surprised at seeing you here, Julie, he said, and I had to stifle a moan as his hot breath sent a tingle down my spine as his lips touched my ear. And we wouldn't even talk about the accent. Yeah, I'm not. I never finished the sentence because he crushed my lips with his. I moaned into the kiss and, crazily enough, kissed him back. I was running a good buzz because as his hand snaked up to caress the back of my neck, it didn't even alarm me when his hand stole up, lodged itself in my hair, and his grip was tight. His other hand